Hello everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how to make a main menu user interface in your Unreal Engine project using Unreal Engine 5. So let's get right into it. First, what you're going to want to do is go to your content drawer, right click, make a new folder, and title it UI. Alright, good. So I've recolored mine. You can do that by going here, set color, and just adding a new color. Now what I'm going to do is go into here, and we are going to go to File, New Level. We're going to select the empty level and create it. Alright, so this is good. Now what we're going to want to do is go back into File and save the current level, and let's just put it into our user interface folder, and we'll name it main menu. Alright, so we'll call it that. And now that that's done, what we want to do is go into user interface folder, right click, add a new blueprint class, and we're going to want to add a game mode base, and we'll title it menu game mode. Alright, now we go double click on it, and it'll open it up. So now that that's done, our default pawn class, we want to make that third person character. Compile it and save, and that's all done. So we can just close that. And now in the world settings for the main menu level, we want to go to game mode override and add our menu game mode that we just created. So we have that. Click save. Now what we want to do is go into content drawer, user interface folder, select blueprint class. Nope, we don't want to do that. We want to go here and select user interface and the widget blueprint. Use the user widget. We're going to call this WBP for widget blueprint underscore menu. Alright, perfect. Now we're going to get to creating our actual user interface. So double click on that. And now we can start making it. So go into the search bar here, the search palette, and type in canvas. And you'll get the canvas panel. Just drag it and drop it into there. And now what you're going to want to do is select an image. So type in image, put it in here, and set all of these things here to 0. And we're going to actually want to anchor this to the whole scene. So 0 and 0. So that fills our entire thing. Hit compile and save. Now what I want you guys to do is go on the internet and find an image that is 1920 by 1080 pixels, and you're going to want to just drag it, and once you get the file, you just drag it and drop it into your content drawer like I have right here. And it's important that it's 1920 by 1080p, otherwise it's not going to look good. Now that you have it in here, you just go into here, sprite actions, apply paper 2D texture settings. So this will make it as a texture that you can put into user interface. We'll just save all, and I'll just put it into my user interface folder so I can find it easier. Alright, so now we'll go back to the user interface, and under brush for the image, there's the image here, and you're going to just find whatever image you decide to use for your background. I'm going to find mine, which is a time gear, and there you go, that's in there. It looks very nice, it fits it perfectly. And now we'll get onto the buttons for the main menu. So we're just going to type in vertical box, we'll drag it and drop it in here, and we're going to anchor it to there. And we'll just put 0, 0 here, just so it, oh, no, we're not going to want to have -0, we want it to be 0. Okay, that doesn't work, but we'll just put it up here. Try and put it in the corner as best as you can. And I would scale it up a little bit, make sure it's big enough for your buttons that we're going to be putting in. So back to the search bar, we're going to type in button, click that, and we'll just drag 3 of them into there, one for the start, one for the options, and one for the quit button. So once you have these in, just hit fill for every single one of them. And now what we want to do is we're going to want to add some spacing in between them. So from the top padding for this button, we are going to give it, I'd say 50 is good. Yep, that works. And from the bottom, we're going to want to give it 50 as well. Perfect. This one right here, we're going to want to give it 50 on the top, and we're going to want to give it 50 on the bottom as well. Alright, so those buttons are kind of small, and to fix this you can just scale this up a bit more, make it larger, and there you go. That's much bigger. You'll be able to see the text once we put it on there. Perfect. So now it's scaled nice and big. You'll be able to see that. And now what you're going to want to do is, if you want to change the color of your buttons, just select every single one of them. You can do that by selecting one, then hitting shift and holding shift to click them to select all of them. Go to the background color, and I'm going to make mine a nice blue like that, just to kind of go with the theme I have going on here. That's a good one. So we'll go with that. And we'll name this button the start button. We'll name this one options. And we'll name this one quit. Perfect. Now, just hit compile, save, go into your search bar again, type in text, and we'll just drag and drop it onto all of the buttons here. And with all of them selected, we can scale them, and I'm going to do them at 40, I think. No, it's too big. So you want to make sure that it fits nicely. I think 30, yeah, 30 is much better. You can actually see those. So this is our start button, so we'll name it start. Just name the buttons whatever you want them to be. For this I'm going to have start, options, and quit. Alright, so now that you have them named, just hit compile, save. Now you have all your buttons. You have your main menu screen all sorted out. That's what it's going to look like when the player starts up the game. They're going to have this showing. And now we're going to get into the coding of the buttons to make them do what you want them to do. So we're going to go into graph, and on event construct, or actually no, we want to get the player controller first. And we're going to set show mouse cursor, and we're going to have that as true on event construct. And then we're going to want to set the game mode to UI only. So set input mode UI only. And to prevent errors, take this and put the player controller into there. So now you have that all done. Just make that a little neater. Perfect. Now you can just go ahead and delete these. You're not going to need those. Okay, so now that you've done this, what you're going to want to do is click on your start button here in the variables panel, and you're going to want to do the on-clicked event. So what you're going to do is drag it from here and do open level by object reference. With that done, you can click this and select your third-person map or whatever map that you want it to load into. So hit compile, save, and before we do that, before we test this out, we're going to have to go to our main menu here, the level, click this, open the level blueprint right there, and on event begin play, we're going to want to create a widget. and we're going to select our menu widget. There we go, and out of here we're going to add it to the viewport. Perfect. Now just hit compile, save. That's good to go. Now what you're going to want to do is just test it, press play. You got it here. I know it looks a bit squished, that's just because of this panel here. And now press start, and it takes you to the level you want to go into. Oh, and we just discovered something that we need to do. So, and after you're done with your object reference, opening the level, you're going to want to do get player controller, set the show mouse cursor again, and have it false, plug it into there, and set the input to game only. Perfect, so now you have that, drag that right into there, compile it, save, and now you'll be able to play your game once you start that up. Now we're gonna work on the quit button. So click it again, do on clicked, and what we're gonna want to do is drag out of here and do quit game. Simple as that. Just have it quit the game, compile, save, go back to your main menu, just test it out. We've got start, options, and quit. So if you press start, here we go. We can now control our player here, and we're in the level we want to be in. We can do all that, and if I go into here and press quit, it closes the game. So there you guys have it. This is how you can make a simple main menu for your game, Unreal Engine project, whatever you're working on. And in part 2, I'm going to be showing you how to make the options menu and how to add sound to your user interface. So I'll see you all then.